Here's what you need to know before uploading to Redbubble. Before we start this video, remember to like and subscribe for a ton more Redbubble content on this channel. Now, I'm giving all my secrets away to selling on Redbubble, so this is a very valuable channel to check out. And also check out my other videos about selling on Etsy and also Shopify as well for you to check out. So now let's get started. Question you may be having is, what is Redbubble? Well, Redbubble is a print-on-demand site that sells things like travel mugs, and it also sells other things like t-shirts, stickers, acrylic blocks, blankets, all that other stuff, posters, and a bunch of other things for artists, photographers, and graphic designers. And that was my next point, is who is this site for? Well, it's for, again, graphic designers. It's for artists, it's for photographers. Even if you're not all of those things, you could definitely learn Photoshop. That's something I would definitely recommend. Or if you don't have the time, and if you're working for a 9-to-5 company, you just don't have the time to learn Photoshop and you want to make some extra money, you can also use service like Fiverr, and you can hire out a graphic designer to make some of these items for you. That is personally what I recommend. I have an affiliate link in the description for Fiverr. And so basically you can just hire a graphic designer and they can make the items for you. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do this if you are a graphic designer or if you are a photographer or like painter or something like that. But it's just a great tool. Now, you can sell your items on a commission basis on Redbubble. It's a really great way to make some extra cash on the side, or make a lot of cash depending on the demand of your item. It really depends on how much money you make on Redbubble, and also if you put in the right descriptions and the right tags. But we're going to get to all that in a second. So this is what you need to know. So now we're going to really get into it now. So what do you need to know? You need to know that you have to upload the best designs, best quality. Uploading the best quality designs and the designs that have the most demand are always key here. Remember, it's the old expression, supply and demand. And on Redbubble, that is just no different. Supply and demand is everything on this site. Upload the best quality content also requires you to have the right dimensions when you're trying to sell on Redbubble, because having the right dimensions is, again, 100% key. The right dimensions to sell on Redbubble, in my opinion, are 6,000 by 8,000. I would make all of your graphic designs into PNGs. So having the right dimensions is key, because you don't want your item to be pixelated and people are going to complain to the customer service on Redbubble. Again, thank God you don't have to respond to all of these customer service cases, because you don't have to respond to any of them at all. It is completely passive. Redbubble is completely passive on your part after you upload the particular designs to the site. So Redbubble takes care of all of the legwork for you. You just have to upload the design and then you're done. That's it. No customer service. You don't have to bag the item up. You don't have to send the item out. Redbubble takes care of all of that for you. If you don't know how to start, if you don't know where to start, what I would do is I would look at the best-selling items on Redbubble for inspiration. I wouldn't copy them. I would not copy those particular designs, but you can emulate and you can make something your own based on those designs. So if, let's just say, there's a Godzilla pizza, which I know is a big selling item on Redbubble, you can take the Godzilla pizza concept, and you can maybe make it into a Godzilla King Kong, like on the Empire State Building, or something cool like that, something silly. Like a pizza is taken over New York. It's kind of a silly design, but believe it or not, people do buy that, and at a very great mass. A very high mass of people have bought that shirt before because it's so weird and interesting, I'm sure you bought shirts before, but you are not the customer. You need to appeal to what the customer wants. So let's just say I'm a customer trying to buy from you. I would want that pizza, King Kong shirt. So I'm not saying to just focus on that particular design, but silly, outlandish designs or anything that you're comfortable with, really. It doesn't have to be even what I want. It could also be something that you would particularly want. Possibly like something like anime. If you're into anime or music, movies, do what you think is going to sell. You can completely crash and burn. But you know what? If you think something is going to sell in Redbubble, go ahead and do it, please. For your own sake. I mean, you could be making $5,000 on one particular design for 3 minutes of work. That's how easy it is to sell on Redbubble a lot of the time. Now, it could be a little more difficult than you think to start, But once you get going and you're, really just getting in and settling in there, you can definitely do this, no doubt about it, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as you follow the steps I'm telling you right now. Now, I will have to digress. You definitely should stay away from designs that you're kind of on the fence, like, I don't know. Like, do you think, like, this is probably not going to sell? If you're saying this is probably not going to sell, it probably won't. Whether it's a crappy work or whether it's like something you're really not proud of, I would maybe stay away from that. It's your decision. I mean, Redbubble is free to upload. It's free to just put your stuff out there. So I would say if you have a kind of crappy design, but it's in the right dimensions and whatever, I mean, you can put it on the site, but I would try to stay away from putting a lot of time and effort in it, is what I'm trying to say. If you think something is like kind of on the fence, or if you're just doing it for shits and giggles, come on, you're trying to make money here, right? I mean, or you're doing something, that's kind of artsy, and I would also, try to tell you to continue that as well if that's what you want to do. But, Redbubble is for making money though. And I think that's kind of the number one thing here. Putting your artwork out is great, but also making money is even better. I would also recommend making multiple shops. I would possibly make even 5 to 10 shops within even the first year. So let's just say if some of your shops get shut down for whatever reason, make multiple PayPal accounts and put those shops in multiple accounts. That way, if one gets suspended, it's very possible that the others won't. So if you upload 500 to one shop, 500 to another shop, that is a definite recommendation on my part, because Redbubble does ban people off the site for whatever reason. And so I would definitely try to open up different shops from multiple accounts, put one in your PayPal, one in your bank account, try to mix it up a little bit, try to keep them off balance, try to keep that computer AI off balance in Redbubble a little bit so they don't ban every single shop, if that does happen. I'm not saying it will, but if there's a possibility that you could get banned, and so I'm just trying to look out for your best interest. That's just a recommendation. You don't have to do this. It's not a requirement, but it's a definite recommendation. Leading to my next point is I would definitely upload 20 to 50 designs per day for 100 days. That's a great challenge. 20 to 50 designs for 100 days per day. Think about it this way. The more you upload, the more chances you have to sell. If you're uploading 50 designs, per day, that's a lot. It's going to add up to a lot in your pocket potentially. Remember, as long as you upload the correct designs. Another recommendation that I would also have, and a big one on Redbubble, is up the commissions. Up the commissions. You want to make the most money that you can while also being able to sell the products. You don't want to up the commissions like through the roof, because then you're not going to sell anything. You're not going to sell a $50 t-shirt on Redbubble, okay? I mean, you might, but a regular t-shirt, like a low quality t-shirt, is probably not going to sell for all that money, or it's not going to sell as much. You definitely want to sell more, let's just say for 30% commission, as they say it's not really 30%, but that's what they say it is. It's 30% to 50% commission. I'm just using their language. Forgive me, because it's not really 30 to 50, but you get the point. I would definitely want to sell more. So why not just keep it at a price that people can afford? That's something that I definitely would recommend, is being able to, for people to being able to afford a particular item and not selling the friggin' t-shirt for $50 instead of like $30, for instance. And that's really a good price point also, because whether or not you know it or not, of course, with all this inflation that's been going on of late, really like $30 for a t-shirt is the new $20, so $30 is not that outlandish. And people can afford it. I mean, I've bought t-shirts for $30 recently, and I'm not complaining. As long as people don't, complain, or as long as the sales keep coming in for you, you should be fine. Big point here is use the best titles and tags. Using the best titles when you're first uploading the product on Redbubble, you get the good rankings. You have to get the good tags to show up on Redbubble as well. Titles is crucial so you can appear on Google Shopping. For you to show up on Google Shopping, using the best title is key. If you're not going to show up on Google Shopping if you're just going to put in the title KTB or something, or you know, just like POT or something silly and something that people are not going to find. You know, if you're selling a, I don't know, let's just say the King Kong pizza, whatever shirt or design, then what you would do is you would say gorilla pizza taking over New York City, you know, or something like that. I don't know. It's just kind of off the top of my head, but something that people will find, something that's searchable. People would definitely want, you know, like New York pizza taking over Manhattan, you know, as a monster or something, a monster pizza taking over Manhattan, something that is searchable and something that people want to find, and are people that are able to buy their shirt. So people are able to buy the shirt from you and your Redbubble shop. Another great tip also is to spread the word on social media. Spread those links around. If you're selling a political shirt, like Joe Biden shirt or something, I don't know. If you just got to put, like, you can actually put these your links on Facebook and say, hey, I got a great design for you, you know, like a silly Joe Biden shirt, or, you know, something political like Kamala Harris or something. I don't know. If you're selling a particular, you know, like music design, then you'd possibly want to go to like Bruce Springsteen or the Rolling Stones, you know, fan pages, and kind of, you know, like put in your designs on those particular Facebook groups or Facebook pages, and so on and so forth. In that way, so you get more people to click on your designs and more people to, and it gets more exposure for you. Anyone can get started on Redbubble. It's free to sign up, all that stuff. And it's great even if you're not a graphic designer. You can be a photographer, you can be a painter, and Redbubble does work if you are a, you know, if people want your design, if people want your stuff, you'll do fine. Your stuff is not desirable. You're not going to sell items on Redbubble. It's just not going to happen. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you can't sell on other sites. I mean, who knows? Because one thing that you're trying to sell on Redbubble may not work on that particular site, or you're doing something wrong in terms of titles and tags. There's a lot that can go wrong, but as long as you follow the steps that I'm telling you, you're probably going to make a ton of sales on the site. Redbubble is great. I mean, it's one of the best print-on-demand sites out there to this day, and you'll get sales depending on how much you upload, depending on a lot of all these, you know, depending on all these factors I'm telling you. Whether you have the correct designs, like designs that people want, it all depends on those things. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate everyone taking a look at this. If you learned something, remember to comment if you have any questions also, and give me a like, give me a shout out on social media and all that stuff, and thank you so much for watching, everyone, and means a lot that you're watching this video. It really does. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.